sports.
We are Black Force. We are San Diego.
Last night, a big hit for Chris Shaw late in the game, singling two huge runs in for the Giants as they down the Padres 5-4 and take game 2 of the series. In fact, they've taken both of the first 2 games of the series. Padres looking to grab the final game as we play game 3 from Petco Park. Welcome inside the booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo along with Mark Grant. Welcome to Padres Baseball. Franmil Reyes back in the starting lineup for the Padres, and why not? He's got a 10-game hitting streak coming into tonight's action. Not only is he got the 10-gamer, but really selective and having good plate appearances.
He's doing so well right now. Post-game, Andy Green, the manager for the Padres, said, you know what, he's playing himself into consistent starts next year. So looking forward to 2019 for the big kid. Franmil Reyes, only 23 years old. He's a big presence in that batter's box. The one thing about Franmil, for me, it stands out. His bat, his path through the hitting zone stays really level. He uses the whole field. And, you know, there's a strikeout in there. But I tell you what, Franmil Reyes, through time and more reps at the plate, he's getting to know the strike zone, and he'll take a walk here and there. Runner in scoring position, rather than him trying to swing at a bad pitch and drive him in, he will take that walk, and he'll pass it on to the next guy. That's total growth for Franmil Reyes right now.
Well, during the course of this season, we've talked a lot about Freddie Galvis and his fine defense. Right now, offensively, he's been tremendous, and last night, a 4-hit night for him.
You know, it doesn't surprise me because he's such a professional. He goes out there each and every day with the glove. We know what he can do with the glove. And during the grind of a season, as he approaches game number 153, that bat will have a tendency to drag a little bit. Every Major League player. There are guys out there who don't play in every game and their bat is struggling. But Freddie Galvis shortens up his swing, goes the other way, puts the ball in plate, and thinks about the team as well. If they need a base runner, maybe get that tying run to the plate, Freddie will put down the bunt, and once in a while he'll turn on one. This one almost gets out of the yard. But short, quick stroke, the glove, the wood, his personality, it's just rubbing off a lot of the young players as well. Good for Freddie Galvis, swinging the bat well last night.
Well, tonight is game 3 of the series, and coming up, Erlin looks to keep it going. Robbie Erlin allowed just 1 earned run last time out. We'll hear from Andy Green, his manager, next when Annie Halbrin joins us from Petco. By Cadillac. Visit your San Diego Cadillac dealers today. And by Jerome's Furniture, where Jerry's price is the lowest price every day. It's the Padres and the Giants, Game 3 of the series. Before we get it started, let's send it down to field level and Annie Halbrin.
Thanks so much, Don. Well, you know, Robbie Erlin is making his 11th start of the season tonight, and it's been a productive year for Erlin. Coming off Tommy John surgery, starting the season in the bullpen, and ending it by earning a spot in the rotation. So what does the future hold for Erlin? Well, here's what manager Andy Green has to say.
Yeah, he's one of those guys. He's a swing guy for us. Very easily end up in the rotation again next year. He'll come in and compete for that opportunity. Whether he gets it, dictated by how he throws, how other guys throw, but also the understanding that Robbie can slide to the bullpen, give us really good effective innings there. Can fill a number of roles. He can be a lefty specialist. He can go 3 innings for you. Those guys are invaluable over the course of the season.
And in talking to Erlin earlier this week, it's his health that he's most proud of, his ability to stay healthy and pitch all season long. And coming up, he will look to get a win against these Giants as the Padres try to avoid the sweep. Padres, Giants, first pitch coming up next on Fox Sports San Diego.
And Levi Smith to a one-day contract. He's bringing out the baseball for tonight's game. We will talk more about Levi and his incredible story as part of here at Petco Park and part of the Make-A-Wish San Diego. And we'll be talking about Levi tonight. What a special kid he is.
How precious is this kid? Just lit up the clubhouse, the dugout, everybody gravitating towards Levi. And I think the Padres tonight at heart are thinking about, hey, let's win this one for Levi, right?
Absolutely, as they take the field, led by their starter, Robbie Erlin, and he's going to take the field too. Going out there with Corey Spangenberg to help him out. It is time for the weather report, brought to you by your always sunny San Diego Honda dealers. 72 degrees here at Petco Park, northwest breeze at 8 miles per hour. Forecast clear for the remainder of the night as we get it started. Not a cloud in the sky here in San Diego. Now the Padres and the Giants playing Game 3 of this 3-game series. Don Orsillo, Mark Grant, Annie Halbrin with you for the finale of this series. One homestand left, just a brief 3-game series coming up for the Padres here next weekend. And Levi taking his spot in the infield alongside Corey Spangenberg as we get ready for baseball tonight. Padres trying to salvage his final game of the series, and Levi is going to be coming out of the game now. been some kind of day for this kid.
He doesn't want to go.
No, he does not. He wants to stay in at second base.
Yeah, he wants to play. He says, I can turn a double play with the best of them.
Why do I have to leave? The game is starting.
That's absolutely precious. That's great. And the great things that Make-A-Wish Foundation do and the San Diego Padres all coming together tonight for Levi. Have a good day in the big leagues, Levi.
He really did, too. He did everything you could possibly do. Let's check out the Giants visiting lineup brought to you by your San Diego County Ford dealers. Joe Panik leading it off at second base with Hunter Pence in right. Evan Longoria is at third base with Nick Hundley doing the catching. Brandon Crawford is at shortstop with Aramis Garcia starting for the third straight game at first base. Chris Shaw, hero last night for the Giants, in left field. Gorkys Hernandez in center with Chris Stratton doing the pitching tonight for the Giants. Robbie Erlin's on the mound for the Padres.
27-year-old making his 11th start. He's 2-4 with a 5.49 ERA and 8 starts since moving into the rotation. Robbie wants to turn it around, and he turned the corner last time out, going a solid 5 1/3 innings.
Well, the first pitch of this one misses for ball one to Joe Panik. Panik did not start in last night's game. Came off the bench to pinch hit. 255, 4 homers, and 20 runs batted in. Well, center fielder Manuel Margot over towards right center. Gap out there in left center field. The high strike call for Erlin. Now Robbie fresh off a game against Texas in which he went 5 1/3, giving up 2 runs, only 1 earned. Struck out 6 in that outing, did not walk anybody. Battling back here to even the count at 2-2. Erlin coming in individually at 3 and 7, 4.27 earned run average, 38th appearance. 11th start overall. So after getting back into the rotation here for Erlin, ends up in double figures in starts. This one chopped down the first baseline, foul.
Yeah, Robbie is not a strikeout pitcher. He's got 81 punch-outs in 99 innings, so he'll go over that 100 inning mark tonight. So there's going to be contact, but the key is for Robbie, soft contact. His last time out, 6 1/3, he gave up 6 hits, but guess what? There's only 1 extra base hit, all singles and 1 double for Robbie, and that's a good start. That's a good way to turn the corner and hopefully maybe a start or 2 to end the season on a good note.
So looking for light contact.
Yes, stay off the barrel.
This one is going to stay fair down to Hosmer, who will take it himself to the bag for the first out. So Joe Panik retired.
Padres defense behind Robbie Erlin this evening. You see Corey Spangenberg. He is playing second base. 6th start this month for Corey. On the infield, Will Myers at third, Freddie Galvis at shortstop, Eric Hosmer at first base, Francisco Mejia putting down the signs tonight. Left field, Hunter Renfroe. Straight up the gut, Manuel Margot in center, and Franmil Reyes will be in right. It's brought to you by your San Diego County Ford dealers.
One down here in the first inning. It brings up Hunter Pence. That's got the start last night and had a good night. Pence now with 3 homers, 22 runs batted in, a .215 average. Gets another start tonight in right field as a result of what turned out to be a great game for him. Chops one to Galvis at shortstop. Throwing plenty of time for out number 2.
You know what I love about Freddie? How he rounded that one, right? And then he'll throw from different arm angles, but he got a good position up top and then just fired right at the chest. The accuracy to Eric Hosmer over at first base. He knows when to use that arm and knows what angle to throw from as well.
2 down here in the first inning for Evan Longoria. 248, 16 homers, and 52 runs batted in. Joe West has the plate tonight for the umpires, calling the balls and strikes. Crew chief Joe West. Will drop in there for another strike. It was the curveball that time, 0-2. Comes out of the crouch does Mejia. After back-to-back starts for Austin Hedges, it is Francisco Mejia behind the dish tonight for the Padres.
And I'm sure a lot of throwing prior to starts and talking with Francisco and Robbie together in the clubhouse. They have their meetings before each and every start, in-depth detail on how they want to go against these hitters.
The Padres trying to get Mejia to have a chance to catch everybody here towards the end of the year.
Familiarity. As they go into Peoria, 2019.
It's a high fly ball headed out towards left center field. And Will Margot settles underneath and makes the catch to complete a 1-2-3 first inning for Robbie Erlin. Up come the Padres. Go in order in the top of the first. Padres coming up, and Padres lineup brought to you by your San Diego County Toyota dealers. Well, Meyer's going to lead it off tonight for the Friars with Francisco Mejia doing the catching. With Hunter Renfroe in left, it's Eric Hosmer at first base. Franmil Reyes in right. Corey Spangenberg at second base with Freddie Galvis at short. Manuel Margot at center, and Robbie Erlin, the pitcher, batting out of the 9th spot for the Padres. Chris Stratton has the mound tonight for the Giants.
And the 28-year-old making his 25th start. Stratton is 2-1, .92. That's 0.92 in 3 career starts versus the Friars. Fastball, curveball, slider, and change. Pretty high usage on that fastball. Tries to dot the corners, go in and out, up and down with the old number 1.
First pitch to Will Myers going to be taken for strike 1. Myers at 251 to start the night. 10 homers, 34 runs batted in. We're starting the year in the outfield and finishing up the year here as the Padres third baseman. Making yet another adjustment. Of course, after back-to-back years at first base, moving from the outfield to the infield. Now back in the infield again.
You know what I love about Will? He is so accountable. If he feels he messes up, he's right there to own it. He'll be the first guy to stand in front of all the media and say, you know what, it shouldn't have gone that way. I got to make a better whatever. And I think that's refreshing for a guy to own up and stand up and say, I need to get better. No excuses.
Yeah, he's pretty honest about things.
Yeah.
And very accessible. 2-2 is on the ground, foul outside of third.
And I'm not telling you anything new, Don. I'm not telling the fans anything new, but Will Myers, and he knows this, he's got to step up and be one of those key impact guys in this lineup. A threat every night. It's not going to happen every night, but you have to have that intimidating factor when you step in the box every night against the opposition to make a difference. And Will knows that as well.
Swing and a miss, and he strikes out here. Stratton gets him to begin things in the bottom of the first inning.
Giants defense behind Chris Stratton is brought to you by San Diego Cadillac dealers. Stratton on the mound tonight. Rush chairman, damn glad to meet you. In the outfield, Chris Shaw, Corky Hernandez in center, Hunter Pence in right. Evan Longoria at third. Brandon Crawford at shortstop. Joe Panic will be at second base. Ramos Garcia at first base behind the plate. Nick Hundley for the Giants.
Well, Francisco Mejia batting out of the 2 spot for the Padres. It's going to pick up the corner, according to Joe West.
Corner of 8th and K. Wow.
Ball and strike here to Mejia. Foul back below us, 1-2.
So that's what Stratton will do there. Away, soft, hard inside, and Mejia could not catch up to it. Kind of tied him up a little bit.
Chris Stratton coming off his first career shutout, a 2-hitter against a very good Colorado Rockies team last Friday. Came back up from AAA late August. So when grounded softly down the first baseline, Stratton will flip underhanded in time to get Mejia 2 down. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers.
Score early and hold the lead. First 2 games in the series against the Giants, the Padres have scored first, but have not kept that lead. That's very important. Try to avoid to get swept. In Erlin, clean it up for Robbie. Last start, pitched very well, gave up 2 runs, only 1 earned. An error led to a run when Robbie was out there on the hill. So give him some support and play some good D behind him.
Hunter Renfroe taking a look at strike 1, his first plate appearance of the night. .252 average for Hunter, 23 homers now, and 63 runs batted in. Stratton coming back in late August from AAA. Since Stratton's return, he has gone 2-2 with a 2.10 earned run average, 5 starts. A lot of his success can be attributed to his curveball slider combination. It has been very good. Did he go? They check. No, he did not, says Chad Whitson, first base umpire.
Oh, I thought he went.
Pretty close. And many wonder if Stratton is now sort of auditioning for a spot in the rotation next year. Ground ball to shortstop, right to Brandon Crawford. Renfroe is retired and the Padres are down in order. Done with 1 without a score tonight. Is playing in game 3 without a score. As Nick Hundley coming up here to face Robbie Erlin to begin things in the 2nd inning. Robbie Erlin had a 1-2-3 first on 13 pitches. Nick Hundley, the former Padre, standing in on the right side. Lines this out of the reach. Freddie Galvis into left field. Ringing single to left starts the second inning for the Giants.
Well, Nick Hundley knows Rob Erling. Erling? Did I say Rob Erling? Rob Erlin. There's no G on the end of his last name.
He goes by Robbie, too.
Rob. Bob. First pitch fastball. He's hunting all over it for the single to left. You know, they actually call him Bob in the clubhouse.
I know, yeah. That was his nickname for Players Weekend.
Right. So a single for Nick Hundley.
But you called him Rob, which no one calls him.
Yeah, Erling.
Erling.
I used to go with the Paul Arling. I got mixed up. Seriously.
Lead runner on, Brandon Crawford. Fouls one back below us.
Still haven't gotten one here this
Still,
year.
yeah, that might be the closest we've had.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. Been told you get him here.
Very few.
I'm surprised.
I am too.
We're right behind the plate. The one pitch coming up. And a liner into center field. Hundley will take second base. Two solid singles to begin the second inning for San Francisco.
Talked about weak contact. Well, the first two hitters here in the second for the Giants barreled up. Solid single for Hundley. Crawford barrels this one up the center diamond.
So 2 on, nobody out. Ramos Garcia coming up. Third straight start for him at first base. Been very good, hitting at .346. '25-year-old Ramos Garcia, primarily a catcher, but he has hit safely in 8 of his first 9 big league games, hitting at .346. So putting him back out there every night has been Bruce Bochy, and he's got good things from Garcia, who's moved up the lineup as a result also. A little lead on the 90-mile-an-hour fastball there, and it's 1-1. Bruce Bochy and his Giants, a disappointing season. 72 and 80 on the year. 12 games off the pace behind the Dodgers in the National League West. And eliminated here the other night in game 1 of the series. Fouled off to the right out of play, 1-2. So it's kind of back-to-back down years for the Giants.
Wonder what's going to happen with that kid right there, Madison Bumgarner. What route are the Giants going to take? I mean, there's a lot on the table to talk about and deal with, I think, for the Giants this offseason.
They really had high hopes for their pitching, and that really has been a problem.
Injuries, right?
Yes, big injuries. 2 on, nobody out, and Erlin has jumped ahead here, 1-2. Slowly grounded left side, cut off by Myers. Or did he foul it? He fouled it. And he is gingerly trying to walk it off. Came out very strangely, almost like knuckling out toward shortstop, third base side, and it's off that front foot.
That hurts. Right on top of the laces there. You know what kind of stinks for a hitter? See how he's got the shin guard?
Yeah.
Not even close.
No.
You know? You'd think if you wore a shin guard, you would wear something over the top of your foot as well, but not the case.
But he wishes he had.
Yes. Sweet scoots, by the way.
1-2 pitch coming up here to Ramos Garcia. 2 on, nobody out in the Giants' second inning.
Well, in the short time that Garcia has been in the big leagues with the Giants, now his 10th game, 26 at-bats going into this game, he has yet to ground into a double play. Will Myers is a step and a dive away from that line because Robbie Erlin, off-speed stuff, heads up on the left side of that infield.
Yeah, really guarding the line down there at third.
Yeah, when you throw soft from the left side and it's a right-handed hitter, you're going to get action that way. Right-handed hitter is going to catch it out in front, pull side.
Swing and a miss, and Erlin strikes out Garcia. Needed that. First strikeout of the night for Erlin. Couldn't come at a better time. One down.
Big strikeout for Robbie Erlin. It's the four-seam fastball up around the San Francisco. That's called the letters. And that's called the strikeout. Coming right at you. Robbie Erlin with a high three-quarter arm angle. As Don mentioned, that's a big strikeout. Now ground ball in the infield, possibly get out of this inning.
And one down, two on, and Chris Shaw coming up. Shaw, the big two-run single last night to propel the Giants over the Padres. Now he drives one to center field, but over is Margot, backpedaling with plenty of room. Makes the catch as Hundley tags at second, moves at third. He saw the momentum from Margot, headed back towards the warning track, took advantage of that good base running, and gets 90 feet away with two down.
Great recognition. You don't have to be a fast runner, a quick runner, to be a good base runner.
So they're at the corners with two down, and it brings up Gorkys Hernandez. Starting the night hitting at 240, 15 homers, 39 runs batted in. Batting out of the 8th spot for San Francisco. Trying to work his way around back-to-back base hits that began this inning for Nick Hundley and Brandon Crawford. He was able to strike out Garcia, got Shaw to fly out, and that was a big swing and a miss there.
Robbie kind of sneaky fast with the 91 mile an hour heater.
Erlin 2-4 and 8 starts since moving back into the rotation again in early August, following the waiver claim of Tyson Ross by the St. Louis Cardinals, and at the same time Jordan Lyles to the Milwaukee Brewers at the time. Had a 1.26 earned run average as a reliever. Really good out of the pen this year.
You know, some people argue that a guy is better in shorter spurts, right? Maybe an inning here, maybe one time around if you're going to be out there for 3 innings and you mow them down 1, 2, 3 each inning. And nowadays with the talk of starting pitching, you know, it's the second time and third time around. Maybe some guys are more effective in the middle of the ball game.
Chopped down the third baseline, foul. And again, Myers was over there pretty close to the bag. This pitch will be the 30th of the outing for Robbie Erlin. 2 down here in the second inning. Giants seeking their first sweep of the Padres in a series of 3 or more games in San Diego since a 3-game sweep back May 23rd through the 25th of 2016. Runner first goes, but that is ball 4. And down to first base goes Gorkys Hernandez with the first walk allowed by Erlin of his outing. So I'll load him up now for the Giants. Got the pitcher Chris Stratton coming up.
As a hitter, that number 8 spot, you know, it's tough sometimes. You might get a little froggy, especially with the runner on third base, but not much to hit there. Take your chances with 2 outs and Stratton.
Missing for ball 1. Bases loaded here for the Giants. 2 down in the second inning. Flip foul down the right field line, out of play. Stratton at the plate, 5 for 41 on the year. But you can't really shut your toolbox on this guy.
No, you can't. You can't. And you know what I was just thinking? If I'm hitting right here and I see the infield, I'm a push bunt down the first base line. I know it's a force play, but I'm taking my chances. I'm going to try to push bunt towards that right side and get a run in.
And you get Hosmer backed up almost to the outfield grass, although he's coming in now a little bit.
Probably chances percentage-wise, you know, you're going to be put out at first base, but still, if you're not that confident in putting the ball in play, why not think the other way? Erlin, the left-hander, you know, kind of falls off towards the third base side a little bit. If placed perfectly, now with 2 strikes, he's going to be swinging away.
He does swing away. That is going to get back towards the track on the wall on the ground. 1 run is in. Here comes another. This will clear the bases. A bases loaded double by the pitcher, Chris Stratton. And the San Francisco Giants have jumped out to a 3-0 lead. How about that? Well, the outfield was in relatively shallow with the pitcher hitting, and he puts it up over the heads of Margot and Reyes in right center, and 3 of them come in for the Giants.
Or just swing away and hit yourself a double and clear him up.
Tiarco top tier play.
It's a pitch that's up, and Stratton gets enough of it. And Don, you mentioned the outfield, they were playing shallow, and he splits the right center field gap, cutting down the range of Reyes and Margot. That one hurts. That one hurts big time.
So Stratton helping himself out with that double right there. And Giants jumping out to the 3-0 advantage. Turns the order over again. Joe Panik now for the 2nd time tonight. Grounded down to first base in the 1st inning and hitting at .450 in the last 6 games.
That's a big ouch right there, Donnie.
Only backing off here, going back and forth with Mejia. Panik is the 7th member of the Giants to bat here in the 2nd inning. A long inning now for Robbie Erlin. With a 1-2-3 first. He's given up 3 so far here in the 2nd. Now they're going to talk it over. Mentioned that they were kind of going back and forth on what to do, and now they're going to talk directly to each other.
Yeah, you don't want to get crossed up with Stratton at second base. Make sure you're on the same page.
For Stratton's first career extra base hit. Mentioned that he had 5 hits on the year. It's the first double he's ever had. Decided on the fastball after going back and forth for a while and then talking it over, and it worked. 25th pitch of the inning coming up here for Robbie Erlin. On the ground up the middle, ranging is Spangenberg to his right. Go to first in time to retire Panik. With the damage done, Giants score 3 times, take a 3-0 lead. Ball brought to you by Petco, the pet company. By Hyundai. At Hyundai, the longer you look, the more there is to like. And right now, there's a lot to see at your Hyundai dealer. And by Jack in the Box, the season Padres home run score. Free Jumbo Jacks only at Jack in the Box. Well, it is 3-0 now. The Giants have the lead over the Padres. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Time now for the tools of the trade, brought to you by Ram Trucks.
Remember last night there was a foul ball down the left field line. Well, this gentleman catches it. And if you look to his left, on the right, who's on the phone? This kid's like no interest in it. He's calling his financial advisor.
Sell.
He's talking. He's asking about the over/under in the Yankees-Red Sox game. Wondering how much he should play.
Sell.
Who cares about?
Sell.
Yeah. He has no interest in that foul ball.
No. Hey, listen, I'll be with you in a minute. I am on the phone. Can you not tell I'm not on the phone? I'm on the phone.
Hey, what's the spread on the right?
Or he was ordering a pizza.
It could
Entirely
be.
possible, yes.
Yeah. Still waiting for the flying pizza.
Extra sausage.
Well, they head to the bottom of the second inning. Padres have work to do after the Giants scored 3 times in the top of the second inning. It's Hosmer, Reyes, and Spangenberg coming up.
Well, Don, I say it all the time. When a pitcher runs the bases like Stratton did, of course he drove in 3 runs, which is very, very key. But how he will react the next half inning, legs may be a little heavy.
Took a long time between innings to get out there to warm up.
He sure did.
His first extra base hit of his career. A very good first inning. 1-2-3 first on 14 pitches. Had a strikeout, 2 groundouts, and made quick work of Myers, Mejia, and Renfroe. Oh, jolted foul off to the left out of play. Was the first Giants pitcher to have driven in 3 runs in a game since Ty Block did it August 3rd of last year. First Giants pitcher to do it this year. Franmil Reyes waiting on deck, and Hosmer will take the walk to begin things here in the second inning. So leadoff walk for Hosmer as the Padres go to work here in the second inning. It's time now for the Coors Light refreshing finish. Franmil Reyes, home run number 16 of the year, just out of the reach of Chris Shaw in left field. After further review, they ruled the fan did not interfere.
You know, that was a close one. I wouldn't have known how to judge that, but hey, that's a hang with them for the Giants. That's a home run from Franmil Reyes.
He became the fan of the game soon after that. Now Reyes with his 16th here last night. We just showed you 27 RBIs, 279 average. Very impressive at the plate for the Padres. Strike called. 10-game hitting streak for the second time this year. Started on September the 7th, and during the 10-gamer, hitting at 389.
That's nice, isn't it?
14 for 36 during that time.
You can see what Stratton's trying to do. 2-seam fastball in, just missed. That looked like a pretty good pitch, but the changeup, righty on righty changeup, is such a good pitch. Nick Hundley calling for another fastball in.
It's up here at 2-2. Corey Spangenberg waiting on deck. Spangenberg getting the start at second base tonight for the Padres. Started at third base last night. Well, Myers had the night off till he pinch hit late in the game. 2-2 is lifted down the right field line towards foul ground. Garcia and Pansford, neither will have a play. About 6 rows deep back into the seats.
Nick Hundley was just talking. Did you see that? Kind of like talking closely to Franmil Reyes after that foul ball. I've never really seen that before. You know, guys will have conversations, but it was more like I don't want to say. It wasn't just like a hey, how you doing?
Line to center field. Hernandez won't get there. It's in for a hit. Hosmer stops at second. Throw will go towards third. And the Padres on a walk and a single have the first 2 on here in the second inning.
It'd be nice for the Padres to get at least 1 back. There's a hanging breaking ball, and this is where Franmil Reyes can do some damage. The mistake. Hey, all mistakes don't have to be home runs. So that's cool, but just to get aboard on the breaking ball is very key. Way to hang in there, Franmil Reyes, and get aboard with that base hit.
So you're saying it was kind of confrontational?
No. I'm not saying it's confrontational, but you know there are guys who have the small talk. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? But this one seemed to be, you know, Nick was more intent on talking more closely to Franmil, and he was very locked into what he was saying. It just didn't seem to be a casual, hey, how you doing tonight? You know, what's up? Hey, nice going on that hitting streak of yours. You know? Could be nothing. It's just something that I observed.
2 on, nobody out, and Spangenberg batting for the first time. 228, 7 homers, and 24 runs batted in for the Padres' second baseman. Ball and a strike. A good start here to the second inning after the Padres gave up 3 runs in the top half of the inning. They've come back with a walk for Hosmer, a single for Reyes. We'll see what Corey Spangenberg can do. Pulls back the bunt showing and takes a strike.
Oh, that's a nice sharp breaking ball. Back door, outside corner. We've seen the curveball, we've seen the slider, we've seen the fastball.
'30th pitch coming up here for Chris Stratton. Grounder right side, that'll get through into right field. Hosmer being waved around. Here comes a throw from Pence. Going to be close, and Hosmer is in safely. Taking third is Reyes. Padres on the board. It's now 3-1. Giants on top. Corey Spangenberg driving in a run.
Clutch hit, huge run for San Diego. Now only trailing by 2, and still nobody out. A little cut fastball looks like. Four-seamer down and in, and Corey just drops the head on the ground and finds the hole. And Hunter Pence is not known for his arm. Padres getting on the board.
First and third, nobody out, run in. Freddie Galvis coming up. On the ground foul outside of first base. Freddie with a 4-hit night last night, going 4 for 5 with a couple of doubles. Raw 238, 11 homers, 61 runs batted in. And back at shortstop again tonight. After a couple of starts at second base.
It's a good night in the big leagues.
Hit safely in 4 straight. Pops it up, foul ground. That will reach the seats. Earlier in the inning, Franmil Reyes with a single extends his hitting streak now to 11 games. Stands at third now, with Spangenberg across the diamond at first. Nobody out in the second inning. Galvis reaches out and lines one foul.
So after a quick and easy first inning for Stratton, you run the bases, as you said, that may have taken something out of him.
Yeah, I could just speak from experience running the bases and going out there. The legs kind of get heavy a little bit. You're really not used to running 90 feet, 180 feet. The adrenaline starts pumping. You push it a little harder. The excitement kicks in, right? Just could be a factor in this inning.
Throw to first and diving back is Spangenberg.
I want you to do me a favor tomorrow when you wake up. Go out in your front of your yard, whatever, and then sprint 90 feet and tell me, call me and see how you feel. And then run like 180 feet and tell me how you feel.
After that, more?
After that, yeah. Because you're not used to doing it, right?
Right.
So if you do it, then try to go out there and pitch.
You're going to have to come over because I'm going to need help. Somebody's going to have to catch me after I do all this.
Runners at the corners, nobody out. And Galvis sends one towards left center field. On the move is Hernandez, and he'll get down. Reyes will score. Spangenberg to third on the RBI single for Freddie Galvis. It's a one-run game. Giants have a 3-2 lead, but the Padres getting two back still with nobody out in the second inning.
Oh, Freddie swinging the bat well last night. Continuing his first at-bat tonight. Runners at the corners. He just flicks it out there. Finds the garden spot in left center field. Now, with nobody out, Corey Spangenberg at first base. Talk about a great read. I mean, this is one of those situations where he was almost at second base, and that ball was close to the center fielder Hernandez. That ball's caught. Who knows? But a great read by Corey going from first to third. Play was right in front of him, and then turning it on, utilizing that speed to get all the way to third base.
First and third, still nobody out. As Kurt Young, the pitching coach, was out there for the Giants. Get ready to deal with Manuel Margot coming up. Margot at 247 to start the night. 7 homers, 45 runs batted in for the Padres center fielder. Outside of the 8 spot.
Safety squeeze here?
It's a play you love, I know.
Oh, I love it. As much as I love trivia.
Take strike one. Top of the zone. High strike call.
Which do you like more, trivia or safety squeeze?
It's a photo finish.
It's tight, isn't it?
I mean, down the third base line, Longoria is playing way back.
Swing it away, and it's 0-2. You would think that'd be off the board now, though, right?
Yes.
With the 2 strikes.
I'm betting it's off the board.
Yeah.
Didn't look like it was really on the board at any point, though, prior to that.
Probably not. Just a thought, though.
Bobby Erlin waiting on deck. Padres already getting 2 back here in the inning. Spangenberg at third, Galvis at first. Still nobody out. Conley jumps up like he's going to throw to third. He grabbed the attention for Spangenberg, but no throw. Fifth pitch of the inning coming up, and it's going to miss.
Now, Corey's doing a great job getting a secondary lead at third base. He realizes Evan Longoria is way off the back, so he can take that lead as long as Longoria is well off the bag at third base, and then scamper back just in case Hunley throws down to third base.
It's already bluffed in that direction once. 2-2. And Margot takes it the other way to right. Pence going back to make the catch. Tagging at third comes Spangenberg. He will score, and this game is tied. Padres get 3 back very quickly in the bottom of the second inning. It's 3-3. Sac fly for Margot. 46th RBI of the year.
Well, I've noticed that the Padres this inning taking nice easy swings and trying not to do too much. Franmil Reyes got into one. He's singled, but the one that sticks out is Freddie Galvis going the other way. And then Manuel Margot, realizing the situation, fewer than 2 outs, just lost one to deep right field for the sac fly.
Erlin tried to drop the bunt down, but fouls it off in behind him. So looking for the sacrifice here. We're still only 1 out in the inning. 4 for 20 at the plate this year. 108 average in his 5 career major league seasons. It's a bunt down in front of the plate. Hundley jumps out there. Goes over his left shoulder for out number 2. Sacrifice is complete. As moving to second base is Galvis with now 2 down. 2-3 on the sacrifice.
We've seen some baseball this inning. Taking a walk. Single, single, single. A couple of sacrifices. Moving them along, getting them in. Knotted up at 3.
2 down, Galvis in scoring position at second, top of the order. Well, Myers coming up. Struck out swinging in the first inning. Center fielder Gorky Hernandez over towards left center. Myers rips this foul. Almost got a piece of Eddings. Third base umpire down there who had to jump out of the way first for his own safety and then make the call. That thing was chasing after him and hit hard.
Yeah, that ball's hooking, hit so hard, and doing a little dance right there to get out of the way. Coming in hot.
Stratton has had to work very hard in this inning. 31 pitches to this point in the inning. Padres have tied it up. Freddie Galvis in scoring position at second. And a foul off to the right out of play. Myers, the 7th member of the Padres, about here in the second inning. Stratton's 3-run lead is gone. 32 thrown so far in this inning. After 1-2-3 first.
That's a workload after running the bases as well. I will reiterate.
2-2. Fouled back. Still 2-2. Full count now. First base is open, and Francisco Mejia scheduled to bat in the inning. There are 2 outs in the inning. Myers hits one deep in far to left center field. Hernandez back at the wall. It's gone into the bullpen. 2-run shot for Will Myers. And the Padres have taken a 5-3 lead. Myers with his 11th home run of the year. Padres have put together a 5-run second inning so far.
Will Myers was battling. Foul ball here, foul ball there. He works the count full, and you can almost smell it coming. Oh, I've got launch angle, 86, and Stratton knew it. Change up, hangy, bangy. Padres been swinging at this inning.
So Will Myers, who struck out in the first, homers in the second. Now Mejia will take a strike. It's been a 5-run inning on 4 hits for the Padres. Tough to watch for Bruce Bochy. You got action in the pen. Ty Block up in the pen. There's a ground ball sharply hit, knocked down to third by Longoria, but Mejia will reach. He's got a glove on it to knock it down. It was hit so sharply. But reaching is Mejia, and the inning continues.
A lot of good at-bats this inning for San Diego, as Don just mentioned, putting up a 5 spot. Very makeable play for Longoria. Just couldn't find the webbing. Pass it along to Hunter Renfroe.
So base hit for Mejia. Padres with 5 hits in this inning and 5 runs. Hunter Renfroe. Getting a second look at Chris Stratton. Giants had a 3-run lead. Now Renfroe drives one to deep left center field. At the wall, leaping at the wall out there in center to make the catch is Hernandez. Nice play by Hernandez, but the damage has been done in this inning. Padres score 5 times. Levi likes it, and he'll be joining Annie Halbrin when we come back to Petco Park.
Top of the 3rd inning at Petco Park, and I am joined by the Padre of the day, 5-year-old Levi Smith, who is signed to a Padres contract today through Make-A-Wish San Diego. His mother as well, Hannah. It's great to be here with you guys. Levi, I've got to ask you, what's it like to be with the Padres today?
It feels really great.
I've seen you were grooming the mound, you had a locker in the clubhouse, you met with the media, you stretched with Eric Hosmer. What's been your favorite part today?
Taking batting practice.
How did you do?
Really good.
What advice did you have for the players today?
Really good advice, because that's the advice from the homer from Will Myers.
I think that they're listening to you today because they're scoring a lot and went so far leading this game, right?
Yeah, 5-3 in Petco Park about the Padres.
Very, very, very cool.
Padres.
And it's about you today too, right?
Yeah.
All right, so what's been your favorite part besides that? Who have you met today?
All the players.
That is pretty awesome. Well, let me talk to your mom for a second here, but you stay here with us. Hannah, what's this been like for you as his mom to watch him go through this and meet all these players today?
Oh, it's been an excitement and a blur, and we've just been so blessed due to what Make-A-Wish has given us. He has been talking about this for days, and I don't think he's going to stop talking about it forever. He's currently trying to see them. This is probably one of the biggest things he could ever think about doing. We're just really blessed and very thankful.
This is how serious he is about baseball. He's very interested in watching this game and making sure the Padres maintain their lead. Now, he was born with a block in his heart. Can you tell us a little bit about that and what it required?
Yes, he was born with a third-degree heart block when he was born. He got a pacemaker put in when he was 10 days old, and that has actually alleviated most of the issues, so he's good. He just has to be careful with certain activities, like he can't be full contact sports. He has to wear a chest protector. He can't be a catcher, but he can play almost any other position on the field that he would like.
How meaningful is this for you to see the Padres doing this and Make-A-Wish San Diego as well?
I can't believe how above and beyond they had gone for us. They gave us tidbits along the way of what we were to be expecting, and they've gone above and beyond. I can't even have words for how much they've given him and given us as a family and our friends, that we can all be here and experience this with him and on his special day.
Well, I got to see him earlier today with the players, and I've got to say that as special as it was for him, I think it impacted the players even more. I mean, they were having an absolute blast with him. It's something they're never going to forget. And Don and Mud, I understand that he also made quite an impact on you two as well.
He absolutely did. This one was fouled off to the right. He walked up and introduced himself, and had a chance to talk to him very briefly when we were in the clubhouse. And then I said, "Have you met Mark Grant, my partner, yet?" And I pointed across, and he goes, "Oh yeah, you should do the game more."
Yes, so he came up to me, and I extended my hand, said, "Levi, it's nice to meet you." And he goes, "Yeah, you should talk about the game."
Yeah.
And I said, "Duly noted, my friend."
Yeah, it's so good.
What an engaging personality
awesome.
that he has. And
really
you can
does.
tell that he's got that, no pun intended, but he's got that strong heart, that desire, that drive to where whatever he encounters in life, he's going to succeed, man. Didn't you get that?
I absolutely believe that, and I think Andy made a great point. I think as much as it meant to him, it meant to the players and to Andy Green today. They were just lighting up when they saw him, and that was really cool today.
Very cool.
Guys, I just want to jump in here one more time that he also knows so much about the Padres. I mean, he was rattling off stats and player positions and everything like that. So he's definitely well-researched. He watches this team day in and day out, which is very cool. Right, Hannah?
Oh, yeah. Every night he watches it until we make him go to bed, and in the morning he'll either watch what he's already recorded or he'll watch it when it's replaying. And I think I have 7 or 8 of them recorded on our DVR, and he just goes over and over and over again, and he loves it.
Hannah, thank you so much, and we thank Levi as well. Don, Mud, I'm going to send it back over to you.
All right, thanks very much. I'm going to try to get Mud to stick to the game.
Yeah.
Back to the game.
Hey, if he wants to come up here and call an inning or 2 or 4 or 5, he's more than welcome.
2 down here in the 3rd inning.
And if he likes frogs, it's even better.
Yes.
So cute.
This is into center field. Base hit for Hundley. 2 solidly hit base hits in this game for Nick Hundley. He's 2 for 2. This one comes with 2 down in the 3rd inning. Brandon Crawford coming up here with 2 away and a runner at first. Crawford single to center in the 2nd inning.
I'll tell you one other thing about Levi. He is not shy by any means. Right?
Not at all.
He was right up in our grill. And
yes. Hydrating, always important. Crawford fouls it off to the left, out of play. Where are they? Are they in the tower up there?
I think so.
One of the suites up on the towers. Yes, there we are.
Maybe that's where he wanted to sit, right? Made a nice bird's eye view from up there.
Great view.
Yeah.
And 2 down here in the 3rd inning after Pence grounded back to the mound. Longoria struck out looking, and then Hundley singles to center field, and now Brandon Crawford waiting on a 1-2 pitch. On the ground and into left field. Up to second base goes Nick Hundley, and Brandon Crawford is now 2 for 2. The Giants have something going with 2 down here in the 3rd inning.
Almost reminiscent of the 2nd inning to lead off that 2nd inning. Hundley single, Crawford single. Now with 2 outs, single.
2 on, 2 down. Ramos Garcia, strikeout victim in the 2nd, 0 for 1. Popped up foul, off to the right, out of play. In the air to shallow right. Incoming is Franmil Reyes. And he'll make the catch. It ends the inning. The Giants strand 2. Levi enjoy the ball game tonight. Padres enjoyed Levi's company big time. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Time now for our Valley View Casino trivia question.
I love trivia.
Franmil Reyes has 2 hitting streaks of 10 or more games this season. Named the last Padres player prior to Reyes to have had 2 hitting streaks of 10 or more games in the same season. Tweet us your answers by the end of the inning using hashtag Valley View Trivia. Any guesses?
Ryan Klesko.
When in doubt.
You know what? In all seriousness, when you think of Joe DiMaggio's 56-game hitting streak, I would put money down that is never, ever going to be broken. The pitching is just too good these days. Thoughts?
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I also think Cal Ripken's streak will never be touched.
Nope. I totally agree with you.
Hosmer leading it off as he did last inning.
I thought Don Drysdale's streak was going to, the scoreless inning streak was going to stand forever until I witnessed it myself in 1988 when Oral Hershiser took it to the Padres He had to go 9 shutout, and he went 9 shutout.
What was the total? Do you remember?
I'm sorry?
What is the total? What is the record?
Oh, gosh, it's like 56. Is it 56 and 57 and 2/3? I can look that up. And I apologize for not. I want to say high 50s, 59-ish. We can look that up. We have the technology.
2-2 is going to miss down and in.
And that one ended on an extra inning home run walk-off off the bat of Mark Parent.
Wow.
Earl was not pitching at the time.
Okered up in the pen. Earlier it had been blocked. 3-2 down the left field line, foul off the bat of Eric Hosmer. Battling here to begin things in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
'59 consecutive innings without allowing a run.
That's amazing.
It is amazing.
Foul just outside the bag at 3rd.
And here's why it's amazing to me. Think about it. Leadoff double. Ground ball through, finds a hole. That's a run. Guy loses a ball in the sun, and you know it's just
everything has to line up really well. How many innings do you think you went without giving up a run?
Maybe a 1/3 of an inning.
2 outings.
I think my streak is 2/3 of an inning.
I shouldn't have asked that. That's not fair. I mean,
no, it's funny.
Payoff pitch again. That time he went. Chased it. Strikes out. Second strikeout for Stratton. First out here at the bottom of the 3rd inning. Franmil Reyes making his way plateward. Time for the Kia drive to success. Highest average in September. Hitting at .354 in the month of September. Justin Turner, the Dodgers, leading in that category, .382. Minimum of 50 plate appearances. And Franmil not just hitting for power, but hitting for average as well.
He's working a walk every now and then too, being patient. You know, but when you are a power hitter like that and you have that threat of hitting long, you know the strikeout's going to be in there. I think through time he's going to be just fine.
Bouncing in 1-1. Now Stratton could use an easy inning after a 5-run second inning. Going to throw 40 pitches in that second inning. Faced 9 batters, allowed 5 runs on 5 hits. A check swing foul off to the right.
It's a big time workload.
After he ran the bases, drove in 3 runs of his own in the second inning. Ended up doubling to drive in those 3 runs. Bases loaded double for him. It was not the same in the second inning. See if he can recapture some of that form here in the 3rd. Opposite field, back goes Pence. Got turned around the wrong shoulder first time, but recovers in front of the warning track out there for out number 2. Started back right and then ducked back left. Not a problem. 2 down. Three in a row retired by Stratton now, and it brings up Corey Spangenberg, who singled to drive in a run as part of that 5-run second inning. Lines this down the right field line. That's going to be a fair ball headed towards the corner. Spangenberg headed towards second base. Hunter Pence gets it back in, but it's a 2-out double in the second hit of the game for Corey Spangenberg. Very aggressive swinging early in counts, and so far it's worked out great.
Yeah, he's going to get that fastball. He's going to, in fact, you know what? It looks like a slider or maybe a cut fastball, but big time miss by Stratton. He wanted to backdoor that one. It's left up and in. Gets on top of that enough to hit the line drive. And knowing that Pence does not have the best arm, that's a for sure double for Corey Spangenberg.
Another mound visit here with Nick Hundley going out there. And ready for Freddie Galvis. 4-hit night last night, 2 doubles. Tonight a single and an RBI. He's got a 5-game hitting streak and hitting at .529 during the 5-gamer. Rolls it over foul over by the on-deck circle. Stratton able to get Hosmer to strike out, Reyes to fly out for the 2-out double by Corey Spangenberg. Padres trying to add on to a 2-run advantage. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Galvis taking a good rip, but fouls it back to the screen. Myers with a home run as part of the 5-run 2nd inning. Will his 11th of the year. 1-2 pitch to Freddie Galvis. Fly ball left field. Chris Shaw with room. Makes the catch that ends the inning. Padres leave Spangenberg at second but have a 5-3 lead. We go, and it's time now to answer our Valley View Casino trivia question. Franmil Reyes has had 2 hitting streaks of 10 or more games this season. Named the last Padres player prior to Reyes to have had 2 hitting streaks of 10 or more games in the same season. And the answer is Yangervis Solarte had 2 11-game hitting streaks back in 2015. So it has been a while for a Padres hitter to have 10 or more. That's Solarte the answer, and now Franmil Reyes as we play along here to the 4th inning. Chris Shaw leading it off. Shaw, Hernandez, and Stratton scheduled to bat in the inning, or at the very least the pitcher spot, as Robbie Erlin back on the mound for the Padres. And as we play along to the 4th inning, always great to have Tony Gwynn Jr. alongside.
Hi, fellas.
How are you?
Fantastic.
What's up, T?
Nice mustache, Rod.
Thanks.
You can see it?
Barely, but I can see it.
This is day 8, and it's really not coming in as quickly as I think he thought it was.
Just wait.
It's kind of stalled a little bit.
Just wait. It's sort of. In fact, I don't notice a big difference from like 2 days ago.
You're pretty much looks exactly the same.
Exactly. I think that's going to be it. Maybe sometimes, that's it. And that's
maybe
all
a
it's
little
gonna
bit of Just for Men might kind of pop it a little bit.
Are you guys done?
You could use like a Sharpie or something. Here you go.
You know what? Today I did not shave my chin, so I'm going to let the Van Dyke
Oh, you're going this way.
Is that what's going on there?
Donnie. Made fun of this all year. Now all of a sudden it's a cool idea. How about that? Wow.
It's going to be awesome. How about that 5-run second for the Pods, Tony? Good at bats.
I was about to say some fantastic at bats. I mean, even Franmil Reyes' line out. I mean, they had some good at bats that inning.
Payoff pitch. And that's going to miss. Leadoff walk here for Chris Shaw. Second walk allowed by Erlin since coming into this game. And that's going to bring out Darren Balsley, the pitching coach. Talk to Erlin.
So the one thing that sticks out, bottom of the order, 7, 8, 9, the leadoff walk does not bode well for the left-hander Robbie Erlin.
And 4 mound visits remaining for both sides.
When I talk to Darren about mound visits, he tries not to throw mechanical stuff at his pitcher because they're trying to throw strikes, quality strikes. So the last thing they really need to know is, oh, my leg kick, my arm angle, whatever. Very, very rarely. So this is maybe a situation to where, hey, what do you feel like this first pitch here? Good breaking ball down in the zone. Hey, he might be swinging early, whatever. Just give him a little breather as well. There's the scouting report that Darren makes for each and every series for his pitching staff.
To short, sharply hit. Galvis will go to second for 1, on to first for 2. Outstanding. That worked out great. 6-4-3 on the twin killing, 2 down.
That's what you call a good old lane ball. Perfectly executed 6-4-3 double play.
Or Darren Balsley said, hey, how about the first pitch, 1 hopper to Galvis, and let's turn 2. That's nice.
Well, Abitial Avelino is going to pinch it here now for the Giants. Avelino's first appearance of the series. Pinch hitting for Stratton, so that's a night for the starter. On the ground to shortstop and thrown across. Freddie Galvis to end the inning. Gone to the Giants in the 4th. Padres enjoy a 5-3 lead.
Football, and the schedule we have on Fox this year is loaded. One huge can't miss matchup after another. Thursday Night Football coming to Fox, Week 4. Now it's a game.
Well, head into the bottom of the 4th inning back at Petco Park in San Diego. Padres have a 5-3 lead. And into the bottom of the 4th, we'll see Manuel Margot, Robbie Erlin's spot, and Will Myers scheduled to face a new pitcher. On for the Giants into the game is Pierce Johnson.
Well, it's a good thing that the Padres got Stratton out of there. Some very good at-bats in that 5-run second inning. Now it's the right-hander for the 34th time this year. Decent splits for Pierce Johnson. Not bad at all. 207 against lefties, 239 against righties. Not a lot of strikeouts, and the walk total maybe a little high, so I'm assuming a lot of balls in play, a lot of contact.
Well, Stratton goes the 3 innings, giving up the 5 runs on 6 hits. Beginning, of course, the 2nd inning. Walked 1, struck out 2. Started really well, but 2nd inning, a rough one for him, and we talked about it. He had the bases clearing double, and see if we take something out of him a little bit.
Tony, what do you think about that? I made the point that, you know, pitchers aren't usually used to running the bases, especially extra bases. And speaking from experience, you know, running the bases hard takes a lot out of you. Those legs get like sandbags.
Yeah, and it's different for a pitcher who has to actually be locked in every single pitch that he makes. It's a lot of mental energy, and I think when you get tired, that tends to break down a little bit.
Wild swing and a miss here for Margot. Manuel's 2nd plate appearance at a sac fly in the 2nd inning.
And it may just be coincidence, but
Sure.
it feels like over the last few years, pitchers have gotten better with that. You don't see guys who get a hit, get on the mound the next inning, and then give it up.
This one in the air down the right field line and foul. Do it again. 2-2.
You know, you just saying he'll give it up, right? That's an old baseball, right?
Baseball vernacular.
It just took me back to 1986 when I was teammates with Vida Blue with the Giants. And there'd be a reliever coming the game, and Vida would be on the bench. He'll give it up. He'll give it up.
Was Bud Black on that team?
No, Buddy came later.
It's
Buddy
funny
came
you said
later.
that, because that was one of my favorite things about Buddy. Buddy would sit on the front step. It didn't matter who pitched. One of his favorite guys to get was Kennedy when he was with the Diamondbacks, and he said, "Give it up, Kennedy." Every time he said it, I chuckled like it was the first time I ever heard it.
I love the chatter on the bench jockeying.
Some of the best times is when you get on that bench and there's some good talk coming out of the bench.
Swing and a miss. Margot chases after that and strikes out. So Chris Johnson begins his outing with a strikeout. Getting Margot.
It's just a good old-fashioned four-seamer off the plate. I might have caught the plate a little bit, but it looks like Hundley wanted it in a different spot. A miss for Johnson, but a good result for the right-hander.
One down brings up Robbie Erlin. Up down the sacrifice bunt his last time up. That was part of that 5-run inning. Fly ball down the right field line, foul. How much chirping do you hear from the other bench? I mean, do you actually hear it?
You hear it every once in a while, and usually the times you actually hear it is usually when something pops off. You know, both teams are kind of chirping at one another. Sometimes it's usually on the bases coming from one dugout to the guy who's on base, and a lot of times if the dugouts are actually hearing each other, it usually doesn't go well from that point.
Let me ask you this. Was there a time where, like, you're in the box and there's some chirping and actually somebody tries to be funny and you actually kind of chuckle a little bit?
Yeah, there's been a couple times where something, a really good banter has come out, even the opposing dugout.
Right.
And you kind of have to chuckle at it.
Hey, it's even better when you're like, I remember in St. Louis, we were housed on the third base side at Old Busch Stadium. So when you had a friend who was pitching for the Cardinals and they had to back up third, oh, look out. He is getting an earful.
Erlin strikes out. Back-to-back Ks here for Johnson. 2 down in the 4th inning.
Well, Will
Will Myers coming up here. He homered in the second inning. His 2-run shot for Myers. Let's take a look at StatCast AI powered by AWS. 106 miles per hour. Launch angle at 28 and the projected distance some 419 feet away.
Yeah, those good old cement mixers go a long way when you barrel them up.
What did you say, Mud? Are you hanging?
Oh, he will bang it. Yeah. And he did.
Some more baseball vernacular for you.
Myers did strike out in the first, so 1 for 2 so far in this game. And a rocket to third, but Longoria is there to reel it in. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4th inning for Pierce Johnson. It's a 5-3 Padres lead. Sequan Casino, opening in 2019. Sequan's brand new 300-room resort and hotel. And by Mission Federal Credit Union, your success is our bottom line. "5-3, Padres have the lead over the Giants. So you head to the top of the 5th inning. Robbie Erlin back on the mound again. Erlin will be dealing with the top of the Giants order and Panic, Pence, and Longoria. Joe Panic 0 for 2. He's grounded out to first and grounded out to second. Rounds 1 foul. Robbie Erlin trying to settle into this outing here after giving up 2 runs in the second inning. Actually 3 runs in the second inning. The bases clearing double by Stratton. Since then has allowed 2 hits, but that second inning took a lot out of him. This is pitch 70 of his outing.
Pretty good pitch.
When was that? I saw you guys a couple days ago. You guys had the umpire calls going.
One of us did, yeah.
Oh, really?
This one is too short on 1 hop, and Galvis will throw out Panic for the first out of the 5th inning. But has decided that he may come back as an umpire, and he's got this. He has 2 strike calls. One that's just a strike call,
and he's got to ring him up.
And then he got the ring him up strike 3 call, which involves his foot and his fat. And the foot goes up, the fat goes up.
I saw it on TV.
It all happens at once. It's something else. Until you've seen it in person, it's uncomfortable, really.
It caught you off guard, didn't it?
I didn't see that coming, no. I was fine until he flipped the foot and the fat. And then I lost it. I just couldn't deal with it. I mean, to think he would do that in the middle of the field, in front of, I don't know, 30,000 people.
And Don has yet to come up with this call third.
I told you I don't have a call third. I don't spend a lot of time on it because I realize I'm never going to be an umpire.
You think the other 30,000 people would be as sickened by much,
especially when they show it in slow motion on the replay? Stuff moving in different directions. And this is too short again. Galvis been busy. Charges in, throws off balance, and in time. Nice play again by Freddie Galvis. Sounds like a broken record, but he has been incredible.
Yeah, I think we've been spoiled, guys, when Freddie Galvis has been playing shortstop. And you're right, Don. After seeing him every day, you don't appreciate it. Like when he was in Philadelphia, right? He's out of the division. You see him, 6 times a year, 7 times maybe. And every pitcher, including Robbie Earl. And yes, a lot of clapping going on when the ball is hitting the shortstop area. He has been fun to watch.
2 down here in the 5th, and it brings up Evan Longoria.
Baseball is one of those sports. You play so many games, and if you're in a position like us where we get to watch these games on a consistent basis, it's very easy to just pack Freddie Galvis away and not really appreciate what we're seeing at the shortstop position.
Well, here he goes again. This one at him. He's got to get it there quickly. A little bit off the mark with the throw, and reaching at first is Longoria. Just out of the reach there as the first baseman Hosmer tried the slap tag on the way by and kind of whiffed on it. So that throw going to the home plate side of first, and he'll be charged with an error.
Yeah, on the flip throw, the sidearm, it just doesn't, it gets away from him a little bit, and then on the whiff there, Eric does everything he can. He's got to leave the bag, catch that ball, and then be very quick. But with the runner going by, and that's tough to do.
I mean, that was as mechanically sound as you could be. The throw just got away from him. And, of course, it was right after I was just telling you guys how unbelievable of a shortstop he was.
Well, 2 down, Longoria is at first. Here comes Nick Hundley. It's a great night tonight against Erlin. 2 sharply hit singles.
And the 2 hits have come off fastballs, I believe. So what does he do? He counters with an off-speed pitch here in there for a called strike.
Both his hits, one to left, one to center.
Here comes another breaking ball.
And he lines it foul. On 0-2.
I think Robbie has the outer half of the plate to himself. I mean, Nick has been getting to the fastball in all game, whether it's been foul balls like that or the single. He executes a pitch down and away here. I think he's got a chance to get a punch out.
Might be a fastball away right here. Stock is up. Huh?
'80th pitch coming up here for Robbie Erlin. Bounce in. Good block by Mejia.
I have to ask you, Don, because I did my radio show today as we watched the spike breaking ball here from Robbie Erlin. Did you get a chance to see the 2 Bostonites?
I did.
recover
the banner. I did. Yes.
That was some good TV.
It was. They tried to negotiate as well.
Didn't work out for him.
No, apparently not. That's the 2018 division banner. Is that what it was?
I think it was. You were the first person I thought of as I was.
Wow.
As I was listening to them.
That was quite a find, though. I mean, that's a swing and a miss. And striking out is Nick Hundley to end the inning. We played halfway through this one with the Padres on top 5-3.
Season on MLB.tv for just $25.99. Watch every out-of-market regular season game, plus get a free subscription to MLB at Bat Premium. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv to take advantage of this limited time offer.
That's on to the last half of the 5th inning back at Petco Park as the Padres have 5-3 lead. And it'll be Francisco Mejia, Hunter Renfroe, and Eric Hosmer. He so far has grounded back to the mound and had an infield hit. So 1 for 2 in the ball game for the Padres catcher. Here's Johnson. The fastball is up. Got him to chase.
I enjoy watching Francisco Mejia hit. I mean, he's ultra aggressive. I don't know that he's seen a pitch that he doesn't like, but I think that's exciting to watch.
It's like a pretty short, quick swing.
Super compact swing.
I told Don earlier, Tony, it will be forever etched in my mind that 97-mile-an-hour fastball down and in at Cincinnati that he spun on.
That was a ball, like a ball and a half off the plate in.
He got to that pitch so quickly.
He got a single in that same series that was probably even a little bit further in, and he still found a way to get the barrel there.
Fastball, another one up.
See the big swing. This is top of the zone. That's a pitch specifically that eventually he'll learn how to get to. Probably don't see that fastball located as well in the minor leagues.
Elevates it again, a little higher, and he got him to chase. That's 3 strikeouts now for Pierce Johnson since coming into this game.
And word travels quickly, right? Pitchers make adjustments. Now Mejia probably going to have to make an adjustment. He went up there 2 times, and a good result.
And Johnson expands even higher than the previous fastball he got on the swing through.
Now 1 down here in the 5th inning brings up Hunter Renfroe. 0 for 2 in the game. Thought he may have had a home run. A fly ball to deep left center field, but Gorkis Hernandez got back there and made the catch at the wall in front of the Padres pen. So Renfroe is grounded out of that long fly out. Down 0-2. Chris Stratton, the starter, on the hook right now. 3 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs in his outing. Renfroe strikes out looking. Newton takes with him the 4th strikeout for Pierce Johnson. 2 down here in the 5th inning.
Yeah, it looked like Hunter Renfroe might have been thinking breaking ball here, as he usually gets when he's 0-2 in the count. Johnson elects to go with a well-located fastball. Locks up Hunter Renfroe.
I can see that'd be easy to do as a hitter, kind of falling into that pattern. You know how guys get you out, that they try to do that again.
Especially for Hunter Renfroe. I mean, over the past, I'd say 3 weeks, he's been getting pitched almost the same. And it's some of it has to do with the comfort he now has hitting with strikes on, because he didn't have that comfort last year. And you see him taking the first pitch more often now because he has that comfort. Because of that, you'll see he's recognized that pitchers are pretty much pitching them the same. Once they get 2 strikes, they go to that slider. They'll probably back it up again, and it's just a matter of him laying off of it to get a better pitch.
See what Nick Hundley just did right there?
I was trying to figure that out. What was that?
Right before that pitch, breaky ball. You have to wait for the pitch, and I found out it was a curveball. Nick was given a heads up to the right side to Garcia. Hey, left-handed hitter, slow breaky ball. Heads up, might be out in front, come your way. So a fastball in here.
And it is cleaned out there by Hosmer into right center field. Eric Hosmer has his first hit of the night. This one comes with 2 down in the 5th inning. Second time he's been aboard.
See Eric Hosmer get on top of that high fastball.
You know what I noticed, Tony? That pitch in that particular area, I haven't seen him pull the ball to the first base side of second base on the pitch like that.
Yeah, it's usually on the other side.
Yeah.
And when he has pulled it, it's been usually weak ground ball to the right side of the field.
Board here with 2 down in the 5th inning, and here is Franmil Reyes. Single, driving a run in the 2nd inning, and extend his hitting streak now to 11 games.
Been so impressed with Franmil Reyes. I mean, especially with a little bit of experience, his ability to make adjustments at bat to at bat. I just think it's been great.
Here's what I'm hoping for in exact situations like this, right? 2 outs, he's at the plate. He can extend an inning by putting a hurting on the opposing pitcher.
Yeah.
Not that guy who's going to, swing at bad pitches and possibly kill a rally. No, be that intimidating factor to, with 2 outs and a base hit, bang, extra base hit, or even pull one out of the yard.
And that's why the at bat last night in the 9th, those are learning experiences that are so valuable to Franmil Reyes. He's going to learn how to be in those situations, what to look for, how to approach it. He just hasn't been in enough of them yet.
Throw to first, and Hosmer crossing over to get back.
I picked up his bat in Cincinnati and was blown away by how light it is. 33 and a half, 31 inches. I mean, that's right around where my dad was swinging a bat. And to me, that speaks to me because it lets me know that he's aware of bat control. He wants to have it. He doesn't want to be an easy strikeout.
I remember talking to your dad and talking about what bats to use. And I remember him saying that you want to swing the bat, you want to have the bat swing you.
Right, it's about bat speed.
Right.
Bat control.
I mean, if you got a force to get that thing in motion and you want to be in control of it.
This is lined into center field. Hosmer touches second, he'll stay there. On the single by Reyes, his 2nd hit of the night, and the Padres have something going here with 2 down in the 5th inning.
That ball was blasted.
I'm guessing the exit velocity got to be over 105. Some serious top spin there as well.
Bruce Bochy headed out to make a change. Well, 2 quick strikeouts to begin the inning, but singles by Hosmer and Reyes chases Johnson. 5-3 Padres. Big series in LA, and Desmond driving in 2 to get the Rockies out to the 2-0 advantage. Since then, Matt Kemp has homered, so it is now 2-1 Rockies. The Dodgers have taken the first 2 games of that series. So some big divisional games here down the stretch in the National League West.
Rockies seem to be playing some tight baseball right now, and you wouldn't think so considering they were in this situation last year as well, and didn't really play that well down the stretch either.
Diamondbacks have fallen off for sure. 6 games back now in the division. What has gone wrong for the Diamondbacks? I mean, it seems like a series of things. I mean,
bullpen, no offense.
That's the first thing, is their bullpen was lights out all the way up until we got about to August. And then it just went the exact opposite direction. And I think that's really the catalyst to why they've struggled.
Stephen Okert has taken over here for the Giants with 2 on, 2 down.
So Bruce Bochy going lefty on lefty. Only 3 innings pitched prior to this appearance for Okert. And in the short time, an .091 opponent's batting average against.
Line on a hop to the shortstop, to second for the force out. As Crawford backed up on it, goes to panic for the out that ends the 5th inning. It's 5-3 Padres. Stratton, the starting pitcher for the Giants, with the bases loaded, sends this one to the track of the wall, scoring 3 runs for the Giants. They jumped out to the 3-0 lead. And Corey Spangenberg would score Eric Hosmer with a RBI single. Freddie Galvis, who's now hit in 5 straight, drops this into left center field. Will score Franmil Reyes. And the big blast, a 2-run shot for Will Myers in the bullpen. Left center field, and the Padres not only erase that 3-run lead for the Giants, but taking a 5-3 lead of their own. That's where we stand here into the 6th inning. New pitcher is Robert Stock.
And these Giant hitters are going to have to turn up the dial against the righty. They had that look of Robbie Earl in 90-91 with the breaking stuff. 29th game already for Robert. And he's put together a nice little season.
Yes, he has.
Line to left field, and Crawford's got himself a single to begin things here in the 6th inning.
Brandon Crawford, in my opinion, is still one of the more underrated shortstops in our game. Gets on a fastball here and lines this bad boy to left field.
He is 3 for 3 in this game. Single to center, single to left, and another single to left field. He was not in the starting lineup last night. He is again tonight in a big way. Leadoff single here in the 6th. Ramos Garcia now sends one to right. Franmil Reyes back to make the catch for out number 1. And back to first goes Brandon Crawford.
Okay, Tony, I have a hitting question for you. And I think
hopefully I have an answer for you.
Well, I think I know what's going to be your answer, but I always find this interesting. For instance, Robert Stock throws upwards around 100. As a hitter, hard and straight or softer with movement? Which would you rather face?
Give me hard and straight.
I knew it. Right?
Those moving balls become a little bit more tricky to barrel up.
Yeah.
You know when it's hard and straight, you know where it's going to be.
I remember when I was younger and trying to throw the ball through a brick wall at the big league level, and these guys are just sitting back and I'm like, how is this happening? These guys are
shot,
good.
Right?
On the ground and through the right side, a base hit. Crawford will take second. Chris Shaw with his first hit of the night, second time he's been aboard. 2-on now for San Francisco.
You guys remember the movie Major League?
Oh, yeah.
Pedro Serrano.
Sure.
Keep the bats afraid of the breaking ball.
Right.
That's a true story.
Yeah.
Bats are very afraid of the breaking ball. You got to teach them.
Hats for bats, too, is another one that he came up with.
Keep bats warm.
Keep bats warm. That's so true. 2-on, 1 away.
I mean, you get a guy with 93 velocity, but it's sinking.
Right.
Feels like 96.
Okay, gotcha. So I guess the thing is, if you've got 98 and you could locate that's a
game
different
changer.
story. That's a different story.
It's a game changer.
Yeah.
Dealing with Gorky Hernandez, walked in the second. Rounded into a 6-4-3 double play in the fourth inning.
Now, Don Orsillo, I have a question for you because I think there's a combination of the guy I'm going to mention who you saw pitch. Pedro. He had velocity and movement and could locate, correct?
Nasty changeup.
Yes.
Nasty changeup.
So you combined all those,
yeah,
and you're in the Hall of Fame.
Famer.
Right.
You know, the guy comes in my mind is Ubaldo Jimenez. You guys saw him in the World Series.
Sure.
Well, pop up right side. Over goes the catcher Mejia to make the catch. Hosmer was coming down, but as Mejia makes the grab for the second out here of the sixth inning.
I have a quick pitching question for you, Mud. You've heard the term heavy baseball. How do you create a heavy baseball? I know they're not dipping it in water before they throw it.
You know what? Less rotation, I think, is a heavier ball. Remember Greg Booker?
Yes.
Very heavy sinker. And I think when you have more spin rate, which I'm a firm believer in, if you have less spin rate, you throw a heavier ball. Less spin rate guys are usually two-seam guys. The four-seam guys who have a lot of spin rate have more life through, and it just seems to be a heavier ball when a guy throws a two-seam sinker, like a Brandon Webb. Remember Brandon Webb, Diamondbacks?
First major league at bat.
Was it really?
Yes.
And what did you do? Let me get broken bat, ground ball to second.
Wasn't broken bat. It was hard hit to first.
Was it? But does that make sense, though?
It makes sense.
You think about all the sinker ballers.
I think about Jamie Wright comes to my mind immediately. Greg Maddux even, like his sinker was it moved so much the ball felt like it weighed 100 pounds.
Like hitting a shot put.
Yes. Like when you swing a bat, generally your bat's supposed to come through the zone. I felt like when I faced Jamie Wright a few times, my bat actually stopped at contact. And then I finished the swing.
That heavy.
It may just been because I was a bad hitter, but that's what it felt like at the time.
This is liner foul. Leadoff single to begin the inning by Brandon Crawford. Garcia fly to right. Shaw with a single. Hernandez fouled out. So 2-on, 2 down, a pinch hitter here. And Alan Hansen head of the count, 2-1. Batting in the pitcher spot right now and batting for Stephen Oker. Fly ball down the left field line. Renfroe moves in and over to make the catch that'll end the inning. The Giants will strand a pair. Padres have a 5-3 lead.
Jerome's best seat in the house. And to win these seats at any Jerome's location, it is indeed a tremendous seat, a great view. Watching the Padres on top 5-3. New pitcher into the game is Ty Block.
Well, Ty Block, he's been, I was going to say it, but I'm not going to. He's been around the block. Starter, reliever. Right? Reliever, starter. Oh, don't shake your head, Arcillo.
19 more jokes until he's funny again. He's funny 5% of the time, we figured out. That is
right.
1 out of every 20 jokes.
44 games, 13 as a starter, hence the been around the block. And
he'll be here all week, folks.
Not a lot of strikeouts. And once again, another contact pitcher out of the bullpen for San Francisco.
Manfred Galvis 1 for 2. Galvis with a single in the second, flied out to the left in the third.
Ty Block has been throwing the ball well lately. Opponents are just 3 for their last 23 off of him. It's a 130 clip. So trying to hold the Padres at 5.
Center fielder Gorgis Hernandez over towards right center. Gap out there in left center. 1 for 2 with an RBI single. And he will take a strike. He was headed towards first base. It's a bad news from Joe West. On the ground and picking it at third is Longoria. Nice play, low throw, but dug out on the other side by normally a catcher. Ramos Garcia on the other side digs that out nicely. 1 down. Nice pick by Longoria, but then not a great throw.
Good athletic position to his left and hit so hard. You got plenty of time. So there's the crow hop. And then I'm guessing as an infielder, once that ball leaves your hand, you know if the ball's not going to get there in time.
Yeah.
And then you think, oh, please pick me up over there at first
That's
base.
That's exactly what you're
right?
saying. Please pick it up. Please pick it up. Ah, yes.
1 down here in the 6th inning. Manuel Margot sprays 1 foul. There's Margot bats now. Jose Perella has come out on deck to pinch hit for the pitcher's spot, which would be Robert Stock's place in the order. Is Margot trying to little drag bunt here down the first base line, drop it down, but goes foul. There's Perella waiting on deck. In the dirt, 1-2. Tie block, first inning of relief. Has 1 down here in the 6th. Stratton, the starter, on the hook. Went 3 innings, giving up the 5 runs. Padres have. They collected all those runs in the 2nd inning. High, fly ball to left. Chris Shaw makes the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. Manuel Margot retired. We'll bring up the pinch hitter in Jose Perella. Now, Perella's case, the time has really been decreased lately here late in the season with the additions to the Padres roster, and really kind of an inconsistent year at the plate for him after last year. Hitting a .288 last year and really being one of the most consistent hitters the Padres had last season.
He was the most consistent hitter the Padres had last year, but for whatever reason just struggled with that consistency with the bat all year long. That being said, he's managed to hit .250 on the year, playing sporadically. I thought defensively he improved. Second base and the outfield. Just unable to get the back going this year.
So Trey Wigginter warming in the pen as they hit for Robert Stock. with Jose Pirello with 2 down in the 6th inning. Clock jumping up ahead here, 1-2. Luis Urias, his arrival certainly changed things at second base, at least for about 10 days or so before heading on the DL. Spangenberg's beginning time. Javi Guerra arriving on the scene. Swinging a foul tip, held on to by Nick Hundley for strike 3. Padres down in order. Played 6, 5-3 Padres. Had his Major League dreams come true. From the Make-A-Wish Foundation visit today, and an incredible day for him all day, and really an incredible day for the Padres players. They enjoyed being around Levi.
Don really hard holding back the smiles the minute that he stepped foot in Petco Park. The reception he had in the tunnel, leading his way to the clubhouse, putting on the big league uniform, and then greeting everybody at home plate after running the bases. And taking part with the Pod Squad, it looks like, as well. Throwing some souvenirs into the stand. He's got quite the arm.
He does.
Getting up top, the high 3/4 release point. Good follow through.
He's going to sleep great tonight after what was an amazing day.
And you know, it's great nowadays, obviously, with all the technology. This is documented, and you know, you can watch this and for years and years to come. That's great.
Trey Wigginter into the game. Third arm used tonight by the Padres.
2-run lead getting later third, and Trey Wigginter has been in this position before. Got the high fastball at 98, 99, really tight breaking ball. And once again, getting more familiar with crunch time situations late in the game with the lead.
Joe Panik, top spot of the order for the Giants, 0 for 3. Having grounded out to first, second, and short. Fouled back to the screen. Ball and 2 strikes to Panik. Pence and Longoria to follow. Right side to Spangenberg. Panik is out number 1 of the 7th inning. So 1 up, 1 down for Trey Wigginter. Takes over for Robert Stocco in an inning, giving him 2 hits, no runs, didn't walk anybody, nor did he strike anybody out. Robbie Erlin with the first 5 innings, giving up 3 runs. He is the pitcher of record right now for the Padres. Robert Stock did his job.
Outstanding job. Talking to some of the Giant announcers, even they said unsolicited, coming out and saying, boy, you guys got some good arms in that Padre bullpen. Be nice for Robbie to walk away with a W tonight.
Hunter Pence 0 for 3. He has grounded out 3 times. After he homered here last night, a 437-foot blast. Runs one foul towards the end of the Giants' dugout. Of course, they're housed on the third base side here at Petco Park. One down in the inning. Pence now, and then we'll see Evan Longoria. Two and two. Outfield bounce straight away on Pence.
Wow.
Close pitch, a little bit low.
Yeah, how do you lay off that, right? With 2 strikes? That's maybe because you can't hit it. Great downward action. Nice frame job by Francisco. Just doesn't get the call. Maybe down just a little bit.
Swing and a miss, and Wingenter picks up his first K. Hunter Pence strikes out, 2 down.
Looks like Trey Wingenter reaching back for a little extra on this one and just challenging him to the run. 98 with a little run inside, and Hunter Pence very late on that one. Rear back and let it fly. Good follow through. That's a big kid going plateward with a lot on that fastball.
2 down for Evan Longoria. Longoria has flat out to center. Struck out looking. Last time up reached on an error. Rare miscue made by Freddie Galvis. Padres shortstop on a throwing error. Action in the Padres pen. Matt Strong. Made it clear today. This is grounded foul outside of third. That he does not care about Mud's frogs.
Yeah. After Levi came up to me in the clubhouse and said, "Yeah, talk about the game." I was like, "Okay, duly noted." And then Matt Strom sitting right in his locker and he goes, "Hey, Mud, another thing. Nobody cares about your frogs." I thought that was pretty funny.
I did too. Very funny.
I love the clubhouse banter.
Well, the bullpen, whether they like it or not, they have to listen to us out there because they have us on.
This is a really good slider from Wingenter. I mean, placed perfectly. And he gets the call.
2-2 pitch coming up. And that'll miss for ball 3.
I love the guys in the bullpen.
They've all been awesome.
They're my guys.
I don't know if they like you, though, really.
It doesn't matter. I like them. That's on them.
Take a poll tomorrow or Friday.
Okay, yeah, we should.
I think like maybe 2 guys like you. This is on the ground foul outside of third.
Okay, let's do this.
And I can even tell you who they are.
Hold on. Who's the elder statesman? Stammen, probably?
Stammen.
Okay.
I think he likes you.
I'm going to go to Craig.
Yep, I think Craig likes you.
I'm going to say, Craig, conduct a poll for me, please.
Yep. Okay. So we can go right down the list here. I say Stammen, yes. I say Yates, yes. After that,
Maton loves me.
Nope.
What?
Not a fan.
Phil?
He does not like you. In the air, right field. Reyes moving back and over, and he'll make the catch. Phil Maton hates you. It's 5-3. Padres have the lead. Seventh inning. It's time for the Bill Howe play of the game. We take a look at the 2-run home run for Will Myers. Myers getting his 11th of the year, and it capped off a 5-run second inning for the Padres, who had tied it up 3-3. And well, Myers with that home run gives the Padres a 2-run lead. They enjoy with him coming up to lead it off here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
And it's time to add on, quite frankly, as it's getting late. It would be nice to get the San Francisco Giants out of slam range. So 4+ for the San Diego Padres.
Myers, Mejia, and Renfroe. Down 0-2. Ty Block back on the mound at a 1-2-3 6th inning. So Bruce Bochy sends him back out there again for the 7th. $31,933 on hand tonight. Good crowd. 31,933 for Game 3 of this 3-game series against the Giants. That is strike 3. Myers knew it. Takes with him the second strikeout for Ty Block. 1 down.
Glove side command from the left-hander, not overpowering at 92, and Will knew it. It's a really good pitch.
Down for Francisco Mejia. 1-4-3. He is singling in the second inning. Infield hit to third base. Hitting at 235. The combined numbers between here and Cleveland. Below us. And out of play. Kind of blocked in the Cleveland Indians organization. Sort of made him available. Was coming over in the Brad Hand Simber deal.
Hey, and the needs for the Indians were just that, right? Arms out of the bullpen, and there was some success from Simber and Hand. Obviously being the closer for the Padres, putting up good numbers.
Not sure how many saves Hand had. I know he'd racked up about 7 or 8 last time I checked. In Cleveland, 2-1 pitch. And a swing and a miss, went lunging after that pitch. And now Renfroe next. Padres bat here in the bottom of the 7th inning. On the ground is short, and Brandon Crawford. 2 down in the 7th inning.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
What did your research tell us about Brad Hand?
Donald, you are correct, and I told you a long time ago I would never doubt you or second guess you. Brad Hand, as a Cleveland Indian this year, has 8 saves, and that's what you said, right?
I said 7 or 8, so yeah, that's close.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, 8. 24 with the Padres, 8 with the Indians. And according to my math, that's 32 on the year.
Very good. Action in the pen, Craig Stammen.
He loves me.
He is a big Mud fan. Yes, I know. One of 2 of the relievers who like you. The 1-1 is little number right in front of the plate. Hundley will jump out there, and he fires to first for out number 3. A 1-2-3 7th inning. To the 8th we go. 5-3 Padres.
Leave the building, his 23rd home run of the year. Braves go on to beat the Cardinals, but the Cardinals are right there hanging on for that second wild card spot. Looks like it's between them and Colorado, maybe the Dodgers if they falter. What do you think of St. Louis's chances?
I don't know. I had them winning that wild card there for a while, but I really like what I'm seeing from Colorado. I know they struggled in that Dodgers series, but their bullpen has really picked it up at the back end lately. I think they're going to end up winning that wild card, second wild card spot.
Cardinals 5-5 in their last 10. Rockies 4-6.
They still have another series against Milwaukee too.
Great point. Interesting way it sets up. This is turning into a wonderful race this time of year. This whole National League West, as well as the wild card. When Tony and I see on Padres Live, the post-game show brought to you by Cox Communications, we'll recap everything that's going on in the West for you. Give you the latest on the Dodger game as well. You also hear from Andy Green as we get you set for that upcoming Dodger series that will begin the day after the guys are off tomorrow. Don, Mark.
All right, thanks very much, Mike and Tony. As you move along here to the 8th inning, Craig Stammen comes in now for the Padres. And the first pitch strike into Nick Hundley.
Well, Stock did a great job at Wingenter. Also, enter the veteran right-hander Craig Stammen. He's held opponents scoreless in 24 of his last 27 games, an ERA of 2.17. And in that time, they're only hitting 175. We saw Craig last night in inning. Gave up a couple of runs. He walked a Giant, struck out a Giant. All on 2 hits.
One and 2. Well, in 5 innings, the 3 runs that the Giants have in this game. Stock an inning, giving up 2 hits, no runs. Wigginter an inning, no hits, no runs. Now Stammen for the 8th. Hundley, Crawford, and Garcia scheduled to bat for San Francisco. Stammen, of course, working in last night's game, giving up 2 hits and 2 runs in 1 inning of work. The 34-year-old. 2-2 pitch. Fouled off, still 2-2. 8 wins on the year for Stammen coming out of the pen. Quite a bit for a reliever.
That's good timing, right? You come in whether you're down or tied or whatever, and then your club comes back and scores a run, and you are on the ledger as the pitcher of record.
Left side, Myers ranging to his left, throwing plenty of time. Nice play by Myers. First down of the 8th inning. So 1 away, and that'll bring up Brandon Crawford. Runs in this game coming in 1 inning. Both teams second inning. 5 for the Padres, 3 for the Giants. 1 away for Brandon Crawford, who's had quite a game tonight. 3 for 3. Single to center, single to left, single to left on his resume. Back and it's 0-2. What's your best guess with what the Giants are going to do? Do you think it's going to be a rebuild? Do you think it's going to be add a few pieces, still get enough guys here and make a run? Or
my gut feeling is that Madison Bumgarner will not be a Giant next year.
Okay.
That's just a gut feeling. I think they're going to try to get parts to help them right at the big league level, not prospects.
So not a rebuild.
Correct. That's just my gut feeling. Could be totally way off, but I mean, I'd take that guy on my team right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
For a team that's either a perennial contender or one that's on the verge of contending, to maybe put you over the hump if you're one of those teams that's kind of swaying towards postseason.
Swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt, and striking out is Brandon Crawford. 2 down.
Craig Stammen, we know about the 2-seamer, the lane changer, and we also know about the slider down and in. Really tough to lay off with 2 strikes.
Well, for Padres pitching, that is 7 in a row. 2 down in the 8th inning. Ramos Garcia coming up now, 0 for 3.
Fly ball hit pretty well to right field. Reyes going back at the wall. That is going to be gone. Home run to right field for Garcia. He is third. And now it's a one-run game. 5-4. Padres have the lead. Garcia taking it the other way.
Well, Craig Stammen getting ahead 0-1, and Garcia, that's the two-seamer. Boy, that's a legitimate strike. Just up a little bit and on top of the padding, and that's a home run.
So 2 down, and here is Chris Shaw.
It's only the third home run given up this year by Craig Stammen. He went into this game 73 in the third innings pitched.
That's amazing. The Giants have to like what they see from Garcia.
Yeah.
And then hitting at 346. Get a look at him here in September.
You know, going back to your question earlier, you know, there's issues regarding guys' contracts. How long they're signed. Longoria's got that long one, right? Will that be able to be tradable? Maybe he'll still stay with the team, but I think they'll have a decent amount of maybe some veteran guys, but guys like, you never know, Shaw, Garcia sprinkled in there amongst a couple or 2 or 3 veteran guys. You know, Hunter Prince, he's towards the end. Is he going to be back? Probably not.
2 down and in.
Brandon Crawford with the multi-year deal. He'll be at shortstop, no doubt. And I know in his heart, Madison Bumgarner probably wants to be a Giant for life, wouldn't you think?
That's where he's had such great success.
Yeah.
Especially in the postseason.
Yeah.
1-2 pitch coming up here to Chris Shaw. 2 down. And Shaw will strike out to end the inning. Home run for Garcia gets the Giants closer. It's 5-4 Padres. Time now for the San Diego fans of the game. Join Padres baseball tonight, and the Padres with a 1-run advantage as they come to bat here in the bottom of the 8th. Eric Hosmer leading it off against Ty Block. Back out there again. 3rd inning of relief for Block. He has retired all 6 Padres he has faced so far. 2 by way of the K. There's a grounder that is going to get into left field. Swung over on Hosmer, and he sends one right down the line of 3rd out of the reach of Longoria. And Hosmer aboard with a leadoff single in the 8th inning.
second hit of the game. Well, Hosmer is going with it, a pitch away, just taking it right down the line the other way. Look how far off the line Longoria was. And a base hit for Hosmer gets it started. So lead runner on, and it brings up Franmil Reyes. Well, Longoria coming in from third base here for a mound visit. That'll include Nick Hundley. Bruce Bochy was just trying to buy some time, so he sent them out there to make
a little stall tactic.
As he starts out. Set a right-hander up. Back up in the pen. Ty Block will be leaving the game. So a pitching change. Padres have a 5-4 lead and a runner at first in the 8th. From Los Angeles, as we get you started with Padres Live, Rich Hill, 9-5 going for the Dodgers, matched up against Eric Lauer. Lauer 5-7 with 4.74 earned run average. Rich Hill's got a 4.02. 6:30 with Padres Live to get it started. Then it is the Padres and the LA Dodgers from Dodger Stadium.
And the Dodgers trying to get a bigger lead in that division against the Rockies. They are knotted up at 2 in Los Angeles in the bottom of the 5th.
Franmil Reyes getting ready to face a new pitcher. Ray Black into the game down for the Giants.
From block to black, lefty to righty. 28-year-old rookie is recalled on September 1st, his 22nd game. And he's a strikeout pitcher. I remember watching him in spring training. He's got a live arm. As you can see, 27 strikeouts in 20 innings. He inherits a 1-runner.
Eric Hosmer, that runner at first base, with Franmil Reyes coming up. Reyes has had 2 hits in the game. Single to center in the 2nd. Fly to right in the 3rd. Single to center in the 5th. Ty Block responsible for Hosmer at first base, as Ray Black now deals first to throw to first, and back is Hosmer. Alexis Hernandez, center fielder, step 2 towards right center. For Reyes to go the other way. Gap out there in the left center. Runs away for ball 2. He's throwing hard, but off the mark there. 97, but it's 2-0.
2 pitches in a row, trying to go down and away, and Franmil Reyes has got opposite field power. Don, you mentioned the way the Giants outfield was playing to go that way.
I think he went. They'll check he did. Chad Whitson, first base umpire, said he offered.
Most definitely went on this one.
In the air foul off to the right out of play. 2-2. Well, Giants got a little closer in the top half of this inning. Padres had a 5-3 lead when Ramos Garcia homered to make it 5-4. Padres would love to obtain some insurance here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Outside, ball 3. Spangenberg waiting on deck. Bush making the change after the leadoff single by Hosmer. Chasing Ty Block from the game. Did he go? No, he did not, and that's ball 4. So the first 2 have reached here for the Padres in the 8th inning. Single and a walk.
Padres may have caught a break.
Reyes is pretty sure he didn't go. He's pointing down to first base.
Well, now they have to make it hurt.
You got Corey Spangenberg coming up. 2-hit night for Spangenberg. Single to right in the 2nd, a double in the 3rd. Grounded into a fielder's choice in the 5th inning. Showing bunt and taking a strike.
In a situation like that, you have to be careful as a base runner. Nick Hundley, coming up out of that crouch, always has the option of trying to throw behind a runner. If you have too big of a secondary lead, that could spell bad news for you. That's why after the secondary lead, you got to scamper back, and that pitch is caught, not put in play.
Oh, 0-2. A blazing fastball at 98 miles an hour. Bluffs off the backside, no throw. Swing and a miss, and he strikes out 100 miles an hour. That fastball up. A little extra there. He strikes out Spangenberg, 1 down.
Wow. Tough to catch, tough to on that. 4-seamer coming right at you. Good part of the zone. You know, that's tough to keep fair. That's a foul ball, even if you make contact over the Giants' dugout.
2 on, 1 away. Freddie Galvis. Galvis single back in the 2nd inning to drive in a run. Since then, he has flied out to left, grounded out to 3rd. Picked nicely on the backhand on a hop by Nick Hundley.
Just incredible. You got a guy throwing that hard, then he spins up a breaking ball. It's in the other batter's box. That might be a case of that baseball finding the glove of Nick Hundley, because that ball's going to check back up the other way. It prevents the runners from moving up 90 feet.
Well, Margot waiting on deck with 1 down, 2 on here in the Padres' 8th inning, holding on to a 1-run advantage. Hosmer at second, Reyes at first. And Galvis takes the strike to make it 3-1. Galvis hits one in the air to right field. Hunter Pence going back at the wall. That ball is gone. Home run. Freddie Galvis with a 3-run shot. And the Padres take an 8-4 lead. Freddie Galvis with his 12th of the year takes it out to right, and the Padres have an 8-4 lead.
Black has touched 100 miles an hour. He's got a tight, biting slider. 99, turn it around, and Black knew it. You know, like Tony Gwynn Jr. was saying earlier, hey, give me 99 and straight. None of that 93 with movement stuff. Freddie Galvis, launch angle! And there's your insurance policy you were talking about earlier for the Friars there, Donnie.
8-4 lead. One of those runs charged to Ty Block, 2 to Ray Black. As the pitch will miss outside to Manuel Margot. Freddie Galvis. Big night tonight. 2 hits, 4 RBIs, and a home run. Now a little pop up back at first. Garcia drifting, giving way to panic. Makes the catch basket style for out number 2.
Let's turn some heat around.
The fastball middle in. 2 down here in the 8th inning. And a pinch hitter in Austin Hedges. Pinch hitting here for Craig Stammen. 242, 14 homers, 47 runs driven in. Phil Maton up in the pen now for the Padres.
Loves me. Thinks I'm the best. We're so tight.
This will be the 20th pitch for Ray Black. Yeah, Hedges with an off-balance swing. Started with a leadoff single by Eric Hosmer. Walk and a 3-run home run for Freddie Galvis. There's 100, but missing. Now the 5-game hitting streak. Doing some damage along the way. Hedges strikes out, and that will end the inning, but the damage has been done. A 3-run home run for Freddie Galvis. His 12th home run of the year gives the Padres some breathing room. On top now, 8-4 as we head to the 9th from Petco Park.
to the bullpen, and they have like snacks and whatnot. This is mine. In the front, we have like gum, and there's like candy and chocolate in the front. I think it's important for sure to make sure Kirby and Craig and Strom are happy in the bullpen.
And that was reliever Rowan Wick on the bullpen backpacks. There are 6 backpacks, 1 for every rookie. Only 2 of them have something in it. The rest are empty, but Craig Stammen and Kirby Yates don't care. If you are walking from the dugout to the bullpen, you are carrying a Fortnite backpack or something of the sort. Mudd, I'm interested in your thoughts there. What do you think of those backpacks?
I like it. I like it a lot. I like the different themes. I remember even going back to when that first became popular, I don't know how many, maybe 10, 12, 15 years ago. Hello Kitty?
Yes.
Remember that?
Yes, sure.
And it was the responsibility of the youngest guy, and this is before expanded rosters. The rookie of the bullpen would have to walk out with the relievers with that Hello Kitty pink backpack strapped to their back and take care of the veteran guys and the other relievers in the bullpens. You got to have some snacks down there. It gets to be a long game once in a while. And you don't have access to the clubhouse, right?
Right, you're out there in the pen, long way away.
So it's very important to keep the other relievers happy.
Phil Maton into the game here for the Padres.
Well, the Padres have doubled up on the Giants 8-4, and Phil his 43rd game.
Down the right field line. Incoming Franmil Reyes for out number 1 of the 9th inning. Ortiz Hernandez retired, 1 away. Pitch hitter Gregor Blanco makes his way to the plate. With 1 out in the 9th. Craig Stammen went an inning, giving up a hit and a run. Allowed a home run to Aramis Garcia. Didn't walk anybody and struck out 2. Pitcher of record, the starter, Robbie Erlin, with the first 5, giving up 3 runs tonight. Padres with an 8-4 lead with 1 down in the 9th inning.
Well, Phil should be fresh and ready to go. The last time he was out there was on Friday against the Rangers. Win an inning, couple of hits, couple of runs, 2 strikeouts.
Kirby Yates in case. He's looking on right now with 1 out in the 9th inning. It's on falling behind here, 3-0. On deck, top of the order, Joe Panik. Giants took the first 2 games of this 3-game series. That is ball 4 and a 4-pitch walk to Gregor Blanco. Last thing Phil Maton wanted to do there. So 1 out and 1 on. Giants need base runners. Top of the order, Joe Panik coming up. It's been an 0 for 4 night for the leadoff hitter for the Giants. He's grounded out 4 times in the game. Warming up in case here. Padres have a 4-run lead. Ground visit for Francisco Mejia. That is 6 straight balls now for Maton. Falls behind here 2-0.
There's a strike, 2-1.
9 times that Joe Panik has grounded into a double play this year. Big hole on the right side with the lefty against the righty Maton. A breaking ball. Yeah, he could punch it through there, but Phil Maton trying to work a grounder. It finds the hole. It finds the hole.
To first, out there, throw to second against the tag play, and Galvis will tag him out. It's a double play to end the ball game. 3-6 on the DP. It ends things here tonight, and the Padres do win the final game of the series as they win this one 8-4. And the Padres win tonight nicely, and a big night tonight, of course, for Freddie Galvis, who hits a 3-run home run in the game. Will Myers with a 2-run shot. 8-4, Padres win. It's time for Padres Live. Mike Pomerantz, what's in store?
Donnie, we're going to talk to Freddie Galvis. You're right, not only a nice game tonight, but a really good series against the Giants. Also, you'll hear from Will Myers and more coming up in moments on Padres Live, the postgame show.